tune in to have me fill them in on what's been happening in the game while I give my commentary and analysis on the strategy of the contestants. 3 months at a time, my life becomes dedicated to monitoring the daily lives of the people on this show. I watch them as they meet each other, judge each other, come apart, split apart, open up, lie, betray, and vie for power. It's the ultimate character study as the layers peel back on how the players operate in this high-stress environment where trust is a scarce resource. While I may have turned this voyeurism into how I make my living, I'm far from the only person who falls into the rabbit hole of Big Brother and the live feeds every summer. The show's dedicated fanbase has kept the show alive and well into its third decade on the air, with no signs of slowing. In fact, Big Brother 24 boasted the highest viewing time of any streaming series in the months that it was airing. Because the feeds run 24/7, discussion about the show is constantly dominating online spaces like Reddit and Twitter, to the point that many fans keep themselves caught up with the events on the feeds through social media alone. Popular contestants from the show can expect to come out of the house with hundreds of thousands of followers, offers to go on other shows like The Challenge or The Traitors, and, if all else fails, a career selling flat tummy tea on Instagram. The Big Brother community is intense and fierce. Even the more casual viewers of the show still tend to tune into the 3 episodes a week schedule that the show sets on CBS. It's a show that invades your life with its overwhelming presence. The game never stops, and something exciting could happen at any moment. Your favorite player might have just won over a crucial ally, or been thrown to the wolves. All you need to do is check Twitter or listen to the latest live feed update podcast to find out. Better yet, tune in yourself, and maybe you'll be there when something happens that changes the whole course of the game. There's a darkness to all of this, of course. Parasocial relationships flourish in this kind of environment, and many players come out of the house to an onslaught of people who feel like they know them. What are you doing buying that kind of car? Don't you know this would suit you better? Why are you hanging out with this person? Don't you know what they said about you on day 47 in the house? While the show is not in the business of streaming people going to the bathroom or changing or, yes, sometimes hooking up, that doesn't mean that players aren't going to come out of the house to a slew of screenshots of them in compromising or embarrassing situations, and that tends to be the least of their worries. Many of the players I've spoken to over the years have described themselves as having symptoms of PTSD after playing the game. For some, it can take years to adjust back to their regular lives and learn to trust others again. 100 days is a long time to spend completely cut off from the rest of society, living in a reality where one wrong move can lead to your demise in the game. Even the successful players have talked about the difficulty of getting out of the headspace where they're meant to be tricking and manipulating people who they've come to care about on a daily basis. And this is before all of the scrutiny they undergo from having millions of people watching their every move for months. It's not all bad, though, at least in comparison to other reality shows. While live feeds can mean more scrutiny, they also mean more truth, more actual reality. It's an open secret that going on a reality show means giving up the ability to control your own narrative. Editors can make you into America's sweetheart just as easily as they can make you a pathetic villain. The live feeds are a layer of defense against this. They hold the Big Brother producers and editors more accountable than they would be otherwise. One of the best recent examples of this is Taylor Hale from season 24. Despite being a former Miss Congeniality and one of the most popular players the show has ever seen, Taylor Hale was picked out early on in the game as a house punching bag and was bullied, targeted, and made to believe that her own attitude and actions were the cause of her harassment. At first, the show didn't seem to know how to portray the situation. Every person in the house seemed to back up the narrative that Taylor was a terrible person who deserved what was coming to her. Most shows would take that easy narrative and run with it, playing some dodo music and just dunking on the person for cheap laughs. Big Brother, however, facing pressure from the live feed audience, was forced to take the more difficult approach of showcasing more of the nuance of the situation. My stomach churns when I think about living in that house without 24/7.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.